Got the switch they want. Now trying to switch back. Burris is denied. Oh, Ainsworth, an angry denial. 40 seconds. Biggs will not call a timeout. Covington. Oh, yeah. Obviously, it's been a frustrating season to this point. Wolcock in the corner here. 15 to shoot for CU. Down low post. Dykema. Brooks. A heave and an answered prayer. Right side, stops, mid-range jumper, front of the rim, Bandstor rebound, back out for three, Jaylee, oh yeah! But it's Scott, quickly up the court they go, Garber launches, front of the rim, Stewart a rebound, out to Steffen, Rollinson in transition, it's good! 40.2, up by 5, and a foul! Toby Wolcock tracked it down, got bumped by DeGraff. Back to the line we go.
Holiday Hoops season continues, and here we go. Last game of the 2024 half of the 24-25 season. And Nate Wangler alongside the Super Smash Bros. Commentator extraordinaire, Max Sharon.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you very much.
Rollinson. Balancing along the baseline, spinning Omari on him and an interception.
Suffocating defense there from Omari. Get the ball back in Grace Christian's.
Gable. Ooh, backdoor. Nearly found his man. Intercepted. Gavin Hutchinson had it taken away by Stuart. Wolcock rises and can't hit. Taps it away out of the hands of Alan Briggs, but it's taken right back by the aforementioned Gable, who dumps it off to Briggs, and here come the Tigers, 6-8 so far this year. It is interesting, though. They beat Indiana University of South Bend earlier this year. And that was a team that gave Cornerstone fits at certain points. Three-pointer off the mark. Gavin Fisher misses that one. But clearly they've been able to show that they can play with some teams that have been able to play close with Cornerstone. So not a given that they win this game here today. Rollinson off the screen from Dykema. Stewart drives and finishes.
That slasher mentality once again playing off of Blake Stewart.
Slithering and his way past Gavin Fisher. Nice touch off the glass, 2-0. Again, we talk about the impact he has had as of late for this Cornerstone team. And I don't think it goes without saying it's the best year he's had as a basketball player here at Cornerstone. I mean, just his averages and everything else along those lines. They're going to have to fire one up. They finally do straight away. Gable puts it in.
Like we said in pregame, this is a team that, while they didn't shoot the best last game, they can still hurt you from behind the arc.
Wolcock. Brooks a pump. Now spins into the paint and off the side of the backboard. But a foul called. Braden Gable gave him a little hip shimmy, and 2 free throws coming up for Brooks at the line. But I guess we kind of have our own edition now of the Splash Brothers. You got Blake Stewart, you got Caden Bird, 46 points in that game against IUSB.
Yeah, a lot on Caden's part, just the consistency. Going 6 for 11 in the last game from behind the arc and making a big, big difference.
Brooks drips that first free throw in. Now evened up at 3-3 with 17:56. And second one's good. But Bird, 6 of 11 shots in that game from 3, 54%. Stewart, 5 boards, 7 for 12 from the field. Second attempt at a bomb. That's off the mark by Gable. Rebound by Stewart, right to left, scoops it and scores it. Right past Banquise Omari with the left-handed finger roll. 6-3, 3-point lead. Here is Omari again, one of those keys we were looking at for Grace Christian as Wolcock runs him off his mark. Now Briggs trying to play big, and he's big enough, but he can't get it to go. Second chance, no good. Stewart charging, paint, deflection. Gavin Fisher got a fingertip on it from behind.
Team leader in points, rebounds, and threes made. Banksy Omari seems to be the entire player of this offense.
Here he goes. Off the mark.
Off the mark.
Good timing on your end.
Yeah.
Wolcock. Ooh, tries to fire it back to Stewart, but it's Briggs. Off to his left. Hutchinson. Now driving. Gable reverses to the top of the key. Nearly 4 minutes gone here in this first half. But finding more reliable scoring options, a big key for Grace Christian. Omari tries it himself and gets the friendly roll.
Nice little members bounce there off the front of the rim.
In baseball, sometimes we say the baseball gods have to be on your sides. Well, in basketball, it's the same thing.
The great Rasheed Wallace once said, ball don't lie.
Rollinson and Omari already locked up in a heated battle trying to fight for position. Instead, Brooks stops free throw line. Now heaves. Ooh, bank not open. Connor Dykema, though, he's got some spare cash. He can help out. 8-5. 3-point lead for CU. I don't think the bank is open. But what? No, it's Friday.
Yeah.
It's Friday. It's open. All right, I take it back. Another straightaway three. This one won't fall at all. Fisher has had a couple of open looks. Now Stewart slicing his way left to right through the paint. Left it shy on the finger roll. Gavin Hutchinson tries another mid-ranger himself, and that one is all bottom.
Grace Christian
7, now just a 1-point lead again.
They're staying in it early, which is just what you need if you're Grace Christian. Can't let Cornerstone get on a roll.
Good chatter here from Cornerstone. Wilcock goes with the right. Just a little bit too strong, but Stewart, Superman, saves it. Baseline, Brooks. Back iron. Dykema again trying to tightrope himself. Threw a couple of defenders to pull that one in, but can't. 8-7 inside of 5 minutes now. And again, depth was always the one thing we talked about. Omari, no good. Outlet to Wilcock, but trying to find where their depth works with all the injuries they've had. Wilcock, opposite side, Rollinson, you bet.
A big three from deep from Luke Rollinson.
Dangerous when he can catch and shoot. And this is something Kyle Steginga told us about the last time we chatted with him before last game, finding ways to get him open. That time, just a simple catch and shoot works. It's Braden Gable. I once heard this phrase from Hornets announcer Eric Collins, meaner than a hungry dog in a meat market. That's what that drive looked like for Gable. Wilcock considers one. Now Brooks, full speed. Just enough on the hand of Alan Briggs. As they outlet this one into the front court, and Rollinson gets hit with the foul. Brandon Gable was in the middle of losing that basketball, but they're going to call Rollinson with the foul anyways. Coach Kim Elders quickly up to his feet, and now he'll have to turn around and address his team as the media will burn a timeout with 13:42 to go in the first half. Close the ball game right out of the gate. 2-point lead for CU here on the CU Sports Network. And welcome back, Cornerstone Sports Network. Nate Wangler with you. We'll get back to Jackson Hayden here in just a moment. I am delighted to be joined by Coach Kim Elders going into your 32nd season as the head coach. Coach, congrats on another year. I feel like every year deserves a congrats, but another season for you in this chair. It must feel special. I feel like you live here sometimes. I feel like you own the building and everybody else is just kind of using it. But another year for you at the helm, especially coming off of a really exciting year last year, it has to feel good. But how's everything going as you guys ramp up for the season?
It's going well. I do live here, but I don't own this building. But I do spend a lot of time here, and of course, we've been spending a lot of time on the floor with our current team and practicing hard. We've been at it for 3 weeks now, and guys are getting a little, itchy to want to play a game. So that won't be till next week. But I love this group of guys. We're coming off a great season, like you said, with a lot of momentum. So we're excited.
And you're a creature of habit, too, and obviously you've developed these guys for a couple of years so they know what to expect coming into the season. But building off of last year will definitely be something that's big for you guys. And it's interesting, when you look back at last season, there's a stretch there at the beginning of the year. You lose 4 out of 5 games. You go on the road to Grace. You kind of have a bad blowout loss there. But since that point, something clicked. You won out the rest of the way. You won the conference tournament.
You win an opening round in the NAIA tournament. You end up losing in the second round, but it was really fascinating to see the turnaround and just how quickly it happened. Before we preview this year, what happened in that moment? What clicked for you guys? What were you able to figure out that maybe you want to carry into this season?
One word: defense. We were, during that stretch, we were giving up close to 88 points a game during an 8-game stretch. And then it finally dawned on our guys, clicked, whatever you want to say, that we need to start defending. And we started defending from that point on, and we were holding teams to 50, 60, 70 points. I mean, our defense was outstanding, and that got us, on that run that we had, and we were playing just great basketball, and our defense led to our offense, and, it allowed us to score more points as well. So defense, our guys finally bought into it, and that's what we're going to try to build this team on as well.
Was that just built on physicality? What was it that was missing in that defense, maybe in that early stretch that you got in that run towards the end?
I would say we just were a little bit too passive, and then we started picking things up and getting a little more aggressive with our defense, and that helped. And the momentum, the guys started seeing the results and the success that we had playing defense, and that just built one game upon the next, and to the point where we thought we were just going to shut people down, and we did, quite frankly, at times. But it was defense, and the guys buying into it.
Going from the defensive end to the offensive end, one of the things is, you're right, it did allow you guys to kind of open up the other side of the ball too. And not only were you the most efficient offense in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, you were one of the more efficient offenses in the country last year. What helped you on the other side of the ball? Did you guys switch anything up? Were you just moving it free and easy? What helped you guys really get things going on the offensive side?
Well, we always say good defense leads to good offense, and that was it. I mean, again, the defense led to our offense, and we had the pieces. We just, we had Corey Ainsworth in the middle, who had a phenomenal year, and we kind of, built our team around him in the post, and which we've done for years. We've had outstanding post players here. But it just, the only way I can say it is the offense, the defense led to the offense, and the guys started gaining confidence. We started knocking shots down. It just all started falling together and clicking. So, it was just confidence, seeing the ball go in the net. So, yeah, it was one thing leading to another.
You mentioned Corey. Obviously, you guys don't have him this year. He was a big centerpiece for you guys. And I feel like going back to when I joined, and obviously you've been here for 3 decades now, so you've had a lot of All-American bigs. I mean, I feel like a cornerstone offense isn't a cornerstone offense without a big that kind of handles things out there. In my time, it was Sam Vanderslice, and then it was Corey that came in. And now it's kind of by committee. You got a couple of different bigs that can do a lot of different things. You add, Tanner Wiggerink in the transfer portal from Hope College. You got Connor Dykema, Toby Woolcock, I thought was really good on the defensive end last year. When you look at the bigs and the guys who can control the paint the way that they can in your offense, who emerges in your mind out of your group of guys that you think could really step into that role that Corey had on this team?
Well, you're right. Corey's a big loss. Corey Ainsworth, that is. And we've always had that big that we could pound it into. And Corey was that guy for the last, 5 years. He had a great career here. Tanner, coming from Hope, is he's a little different player than Corey. He's a little more mobile, can shoot the three, can move around, and he's going to be a great addition. And he's fitting in well. His basketball IQ is off the charts, so he understands what we're doing. He's picked up on everything very quickly. Connor Dykema he's had a great fall, and he's really he's ready to go. He's improved so much offensively, and he's just a great defender, and he's one of our best talkers on the floor, and just knows our system and knows how to run it. So those two guys are our bigs that are going to be playing a lot of the 5 minutes. We could go small ball a little bit and put Jack Jolersma in there, who he's had to change his game over the years because of that ankle injury he had, but he's adjusted, and he's going to be a big piece of what we do inside as well this year.
Ball movement was a big thing, always is a big thing for you guys, but I thought you were able to open up a lot of shooters last year, and one player in particular, he's kind of like a throwback player in my mind, is Luke Rollinson. He kind of reminds me of a Michael Bradshaw of sorts. He could throw it up from anywhere and hit from anywhere, and I remember his dad actually telling me that he gets in trouble if he has an open shot and he won't take it. That's when he gets yelled at, as opposed to the ill-advised shots or telling him to pass it wherever. So what have been your impressions of his work, and do you think you have another good crop of shooters coming into this season?
Yeah, we do. And Luke is coming off of all-conference season and over 1,000 points. He can score in a lot of different ways, but his range is, it's off the charts. And as soon as he crosses half court, he's a threat. But he's a very confident player, can score in a lot of different ways. He definitely stretches our defense out. Caden Bird, coming off the bench, is just an outstanding shooter, had a great freshman year. So those two guys are, can really knock it down. And then Mason Brooks really finished the season strong last year in a backup role at the stretch 4, and he's back and playing well. And so we've got the guys that can shoot on the perimeter and spread things out. And we do like to move the ball. We don't like the ball to get stuck. So the ball's moving, guys are moving, and even Tanner can step out and knock down some threes. So our offense is going to look different than it has in the past because we don't have that back to the basket guy necessarily, but we are going to spread things out, and I think the paint's going to be so much more open for guys like Eli Steffen to get in there and create, and Toby to get in there and create. So we're excited about this team.
And to that point, getting ready for this conversation for this season, I heard the team Princeton mentioned. Their ball movement, it's constantly moving. I mean, it's all over the place. When you watch the highlights of that team, it's almost like it never touches the floor with how much it's constantly moving around. Are you guys trying to kind of emulate that with the way that you're playing? What aspects of that offense or the way they do things are you guys trying to adopt with this team?
Yeah, it's an interesting offense. Lawrence Tech has run it for years and run it very well, and they make you defend. And so, we are using some of those principles this year. I just felt like with this group of guys, the way we can spread it out and just, the talent that we have, I thought this would be something that we can add to what we do. We're still going to run a lot of what we call our 32 offense, but we've thrown in a little bit of principles, and it seems to be working. It's a hard offense to figure out, but we're figuring out every day, and it's going to be good for us.
You feel that itch in the locker room a little bit to get back out and play?
Absolutely, but as a coach, I feel like we got a few more practices that we need to, shore things up. The guys are ready to go. If you threw the ball up today, they'd be ready to go today. But as coaches, we never feel like we're ready. But this team is so much further along than teams of the past just because we have so many guys back. And like I said, Tanner's just fit in well and he's got a great basketball IQ. So I feel like we've been able to advance things a lot faster this year than we have in the past.
Congrats on another season, and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Nate.
Coach Kim Elders joining us on the Cornerstone Sports Network. We'll be right back.